In a world where land and ocean have swapped roles, the face of the Earth has undergone a complete transformation. What were once vast and open seas are now deep and expansive depressions, home to a new form of ocean. Instead of waves crashing against shores, vast plains and mountains have emerged where coral reefs and marine life once thrived. The underwater mountains of the past now rise as towering peaks, stretching towards the sky and dominating the landscape. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and transformative hypothetical scenario. What if the oceans traded places with the land on our planet? Imagine a world where the vast oceans and sprawling dry lands simply switched positions. What was once the ocean floor is now a mountain peak, and the continents have submerged to form new, deep oceans. We'll explore the implications of this new world on our climate, environment, and the very survival of life as we know it. Ready to uncover how this radical change would alter everything around us? Then buckle up your mental seatbelt, and let's begin this incredible exploration. Continuing our story, humanity, once nestled along fertile and prosperous coasts, faced a colossal challenge. Coastal cities, now located at the edges of massive aquatic basins, had to adapt quickly or be abandoned. Infrastructures that supported millions became useless in the face of such a shift, and new settlements had to be rapidly built on the strange and unfamiliar highlands that were once the ocean floor. The climate, so dependent on vast oceans to regulate temperatures and weather patterns, became an enigma. Regions that were once arid now found themselves under a new regime of rainfall, while former wetlands transformed into unforgiving deserts. The Earth's biodiversity was in turmoil, with marine species struggling to adapt to the remaining pools and terrestrial life facing new predators and competitions in a radically altered landscape. With the displacement of the waters, the ocean trenches, now dry valleys and canyons, revealed ancient secrets, offering new sites for exploration and study. Meanwhile, the new configuration of continents and oceans sparked a renaissance of exploration, with humans mapping lands that had never been walked upon and discovering resources that were once submerged and inaccessible. Civilizations strained to understand and adapt to this new world. Survival depended not just on the ability to rebuild, but also on reimagining humanity's relationship with the planet. Entire communities migrated, forming new societies in unfamiliar lands, and every step was a test of human resilience in the face of the most radical change the world had ever seen. How did it feel for you to imagine this hypothetical scenario? It would be a massive upheaval in the world, right? Shall we delve deeper into the consequences of this imaginative scenario? The inversion of the Earth's oceans and land would result in profound transformations in the global climate and environment. Currently, the oceans play a crucial role in the planet's thermal regulation, absorbing and redistributing heat through ocean currents like the Gulf Stream, which carries warm water from the Gulf of Mexico to the North Atlantic, moderating the climate of Western Europe. With the swap, large areas that were once oceanic, now terrestrial, would lose this heat redistribution capability, resulting in a planet with more erratic temperature distribution and possibly more severe climate extremes. The change in heat distribution would directly affect global weather patterns. For example, the Indian monsoon is influenced by the temperature difference between the Indian Ocean and the Asian subcontinent. With the inversion, regions that were once oceanic could become extremely hot, possibly altering or even halting the monsoons, which are vital for agriculture in the region. Similarly, regions like the Sahara, which are currently extremely arid due to their location and atmospheric circulation that limits moisture, could become more humid if transformed into large ocean basins, potentially developing a more temperate and rainy climate. Moreover, atmospheric dynamics would be deeply impacted by the new geographic configuration. The presence of large water masses influences the formation of tropical cyclones, which depend on ocean evaporation to form. With the change in the locations of oceans, areas that have never experienced such phenomena might start to see them, while others could see them disappear. For example, if the Pacific Ocean were replaced by a continent, regions like California, which currently enjoys a mild Mediterranean climate thanks to the ocean's proximity, could face much more extreme conditions, alternating between very high temperatures in summer and intense cold in winter, without the oceanic moderation. For marine species, the transformation of current oceans into vast land basins would result in a drastic reduction of their habitat. Species that rely on specific ecosystems, such as coral reefs or abyssal zones, would find their habitats completely eradicated. Marine life, adapted to very specific conditions of pressure, temperature, and salinity, would face extreme difficulties in surviving in this new world. This could lead to a mass extinction of various marine species, similar to what occurred during the Great Permian Extinction, where about 95% of marine species disappeared due to drastic changes in the marine environment. On the other hand, terrestrial species would face a different challenge. Habitats that were once terrestrial would transform into new oceans, forcing animals and plants to migrate or adapt to conditions completely different from those they evolved in. For example, desert animals like camels, which are adapted to survive in extremely arid and hot conditions, would struggle to find a new niche in an environment that is now more humid and cool. This type of environmental change would demand rapid evolutionary adaptation or result in more extinctions. Furthermore, the interaction between species would be dramatically altered. Predators and prey that were once geographically isolated might find themselves in new contexts. This could disrupt existing food chains and create new ecological dynamics. For example, if large terrestrial predators like lions found new habitats rich in other prey, their hunting techniques, social behaviors, and even physiology might evolve in unexpected ways to adapt to hunting in flooded environments. Underwater archaeological sites now exposed to the air would offer a unique opportunity to directly explore vast historical and cultural treasures that, until then, were hidden under great ocean depths. Shipwrecks currently resting on the seafloor, preserved by darkness, low temperatures, and lack of oxygen, would face new conservation challenges once exposed to the atmospheric environment. In underwater conditions, deterioration is often slowed due to the absence of oxygen and sunlight. For example, the wood of ships doesn't decompose as quickly due to low microbial activity and the lack of sunlight that accelerates oxidative processes. However, once exposed to the air, these materials would begin to suffer degradation from exposure to oxygen and light, as well as the biological impacts of insects and bacteria. The location of shipwrecks in the new terrestrial geography would open doors for more systematic and detailed exploration. Without the technical limitations and costs associated with deep underwater exploration, archaeologists and historians could conduct more extensive and precise excavations. The temptation to loot and commercially exploit these treasures would be high, but preserving the integrity and historical value of these sites would require strict regulations and international cooperation. As we explore this fascinating hypothesis of lands and oceans switching places, we discover how it could radically transform our understanding of history and the world around us. However, it's important to remember that such dramatic changes would bring immense challenges and likely irreversible consequences for our environment and life as we know it. So, perhaps it's better that this idea remains in the realm of imagination, where we can explore the possibilities without facing the potentially devastating realities. Science fiction and hypothetical scenarios are incredible tools for expanding our creativity and understanding. But some ideas, no matter how tempting, are better left as mental experiments. If you enjoyed traveling through this imaginative possibility with us, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating explorations and intriguing discussions about our world and beyond. Comment below on what you think would be the most interesting discovery if the oceans and lands really switched places. Your participation is essential for us to keep exploring these curious and stimulating scenarios together. Do you enjoy exploring interesting possibilities and theories? Be sure to watch the video where we talk about what would happen if we were on the moon without a spacesuit. See you in the next video.